Dear friends, from the 14th century to the 17th century, the period was termed as the social renaissance movement in Europe, which shifted its focus from the religious dogma to the human-centric humanism, universal brotherhood, and which had given way for the individual rights, individual freedoms, and liberties to the extent possible in Europe throughout the period from the 14th century to 17th century. The fact of the matter is that the Renaissance movement in Europe had paved the way for spread of new ideas, challenging the old orthodox beliefs, that is false beliefs, and the social reformers like Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, Rousseau, Voltaire, and many other social thinkers and philosophers have given a large number of volumes of books in spreading the rational thinking and liberty thoughts to the masses so as to enrich themselves and make awareness for their upliftment of life in social, educational, and economic fronts. But what is to be noted is that the social renaissance movement had happened in the 14th century to 17th century in Europe, but of very recently, only during the 18th century, 19th century, and early part of this 20th century, the social renaissance movement had taken shape in India by none other than thinkers, social thinkers, to address the social inequalities like caste discrimination, child marriage, sati system, and widow marriage by social reformers like Swami Vivekananda, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Mahatma Phule, Dr.Ambedkar, Mahatma Gandhi, Rajaram Mohan Rai, Sri Narayana Guru, Dr. Periyar, and so on and so forth for the upliftment of the downtrodden and upliftment of the other backward class community to a higher level. What is disturbing is this: though the Supreme Court of the land had given a famous verdict in giving freedom of speech and expression, even to offend or to hurt in the larger interest of society's upliftment and its progress, but the lower courts, high courts in many parts of the country have given judgments not in favor of the freedom of speech but curtailment of speech in the name of hurting the or offending the sentiments of others. The problem is that during the colonial period or during the British period, the freedom of speech and expression was allowed by the colonial masters and the British Empire. Then only the social thinkers Rajaram Mohan Rai, Dr.Ambedkar, Phule, and many other scholars, social reformers have made scathing attacks on false beliefs and orthodoxies and made the society aware of things based on rational thinking and scientific temper to a higher level. But after the freedom movement, that is the post-independent India, the curtailment of the freedom of speech and expression is being allowed only to the whims and fancies of the central dispensation, which is enjoying powers at the center. The fact of the matter is that during the past 10 years and more, during the BJP regime, Govind Bansari, kalburgi, Narendra dabolkar, and gowri Langesh have been either assassinated or murdered, but for expressing of their opinions on different perspectives. This is not good. This is not the idea of the Supreme Court of India. This is not the provisions that have been explained and enshrined and guaranteed in the Indian Constitution. Hence, in the interest of development of the society, if one is uttered or claiming that C or E has been uttered by this way or that way, that should not be allowed. Views can be counter view, and the expressions of any opinions may be counter viewed, not by silencing them in putting in jails or assassinating their physical influence in the soil, would give a dangerous signal to the democracy of the country and the constitutional ethos of the country. This is the message of this video. Thank you so much.